Yo, make sure you got your paperwork straight. I got Mickey the Truth.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. South Carolina, 803 to be exact. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So
the loudest is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
What's up, Truth Team? Listen, since I've been off live, I have been on the ground working, okay? I have been getting hit up left and right. Then I had to hit up some people, okay? Because I read in a news article and I saw it when we was on live, but I didn't want to like put too much attention to it because I wasn't sure. You know, we was already dealing with people saying that the paperwork said wiretaps, but we ain't seeing it in the paperwork. You know, I had my research team, which include Miss Me with that BS. Y'all make sure y'all follow her on YouTube. We dug in, searching through Pacers, seeing if we can find, you know, any additional documents besides the indictment that I read. We've been on the move. So I saw this paragraph and it's on the screen. It said Banks flew on a private jet from Miami to Los Angeles with a man named Kevon Grant, Coco Run Road. Grant used Banks' credit card to book a room at the Sheraton Universal Hotel, where the five-man hit team stayed the night before they tracked down Bowman. According to the agent's affidavit, Banks stayed at a rented home in Encino. Listen, what did I tell y'all on live? Man, not bougie killers. It's crazy. Like, hold on, I'm about to show y'all. One is a Sheridan, first and foremost. Man, you should have put their ass in a damn little comfort inn somewhere with cash. All right, so according to Google, I'm assuming this is the hotel because when I typed it in, it popped up Sheraton Universal Hotel. I could be wrong, but that's just what comes up. Yeah. If y'all don't go stay y'all ass in a Motel 6 somewhere with cash. So not only did you, yeah, this was, what the fuck? What did I tell y'all on live? Okay, for one, we had the right hotel, okay? Because you remember the indictment said the Universal Hotel. And remember, I said, hey, it only says it's called Sheraton. But anyway, that's not really that important. However, now it fills in the blanks from the indictment. In the indictment, it just says that Grant flew private, you know, over to California. Now we know allegedly, okay, according to the feds, he flew private because he was with Durk. Okay, what I told y'all. We done seen many of these OTF members, you know, posting stuff, but not too many be on no private plane. Just saying. So now we know probably why he was on a private plane, because he was with Durk. Okay. Now, okay, it says that Grant used Banks' credit card. So now that it was just a OTF, you know, affiliates card. It was Durk's card. Come on now. Come on now. How, I'm just gonna say, how stupid can you be? Really, how stupid can you be to use your credit card? There's all these people that's about to go down for this shit one day. Because again, even don't about criminals don't want to get caught. You don't want to go down for murder or none of that. However, you should always know it's a possibility. And if that possibility comes, you don't want a paper trail. So that's crazy. Now, you know, the murder for hire plot is going to be big on where the money leads you. And I'm going to say this, if they have evidence that that credit card used to house the hit squad is Durk's Banks, come on. It's going to be hard to say you ain't know. I'm just saying. And then the same man you flew in with allegedly is the same man that did the groundwork for the alleged hit. Come on now. Now, I've been looking high and low for this affidavit. So I told y'all it's a whole paperwork sector on YouTube, and I had to reach out to one of my contacts. Okay, so shout out to the real Zebby. Okay, because Zebby hit me back up because I hit him up like, yo, have you been able to find it? Because I've been looking at Pacer, and y'all know I like to go to the official source. I love using Pacer. But anyway, he's like, nah, but I got it for you. And I'm like, What you mean? Where is it? So shout out to Zebby, man, the real Zebby. I hope he make his return to YouTube soon, but y'all make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. Okay, so listen. Okay, now, hey, Zebby, you look, he part of the paperwork crew. Okay, I met him when I first covered 1090 Jake. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to give him his flowers. Now, this is not a Mickey Truth exclusive, okay, because this came from Zebby. But guess what? He has provided us, okay? Guess what? The document in question. Yeah. Y'all see it? Oh, no, y'all don't see it. Do y'all see it now? Okay, so let's review. Now, this says this is a complaint by criminal complaint by telephone or other reliable electronic means, okay? So this says the United States of America versus Dirt Banks, aka Little Durk, aka Mustafa Abdul Malik. Okay, now it continues on. And if y'all see here, Sarah Corcoran, the same person, the news source, the LA Times reference. Okay, let's go now. It says this affidavit is made in support of a criminal complaint and arrest warrant against Dirt Banks, aka Lil Durk, aka Mustafa Abdul Malik, for a violation of conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death. So as of right now, that's the only charge alleged, right? According to this. The facts set forth in this affidavit are based upon my personal observation, my training and experience, and information obtained from various law enforcement personnel and witnesses. Y'all know I've been reading too much today because I'm starting. This affidavit is intended to show merely that there is sufficient probable cause for the requested complaint and warrant, and does not set forth all the knowledge of investigation into this matter. Okay, so they say, hey, this is just a starting point. This ain't everything. Okay. So let's get into it. Y'all, my phone is still going crazy. Like, I can't even record my video. All right, so it has this redacted. Okay. And let's just go to summary of probable cause. Banks is the leader of the Chicago-based rap collective known as Only the Family, or OTF. In addition to OTF status as a rap collective, I know based on the investigation that OTF also acts as an association, in fact, of individuals who engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of banks and to maintain their status in OTF. So that's like, tell me it's a game without telling me it's a game, you know? For example, based on the evidence collected during the investigation, including an interview of witnesses, I know that Banks put a monetary bounty out for an individual with whom Banks was feuding named TB, which is QUANDO RONDO, right? As detailed below, on August 19, 2022, multiple OTF members and associates used two vehicles and worked in tandem to track, stalk, and attempt to murder TB at a gas station located in Los Angeles, California. All right. Now, listen. If y'all know the footnotes is important. It says, due to serious safety concerns, this affidavit does not provide the identity of these witnesses. Based on the FBI's investigation, I know that witnesses and or their family members have already received threats and or have been contacted in what appears to be attempts to influence their participation in this investigation. And that's why I put on my story last night. When they start calling people out as rats and informing, I said, wrong time. This is the wrong time, because anything along that line can be used as witness intimidation. And I'm pretty sure he's going to ask request for bond, that could be the reason why he don't get bond. So to be honest, his own team about to get him fucked up. Okay, because now they got social media posts with somebody with OTF in the start of their name posting rat emojis. Come on, with people's pictures. Like, anyway, continue. It said the co-conspirators fired at least 18 rounds at TB vehicle, striking and unaliving SR, TB's family member who was traveling with TB. Now, it says on October 17, 2024, a grand jury sitting in the Central District of California returned an indictment charging 5 co-conspirators. and it goes over their names, which crimes are arising from the murder, including murder for hire and conspiracy to commit murder for hire resulting in death. Okay. Then it says case number, and it gives the case number. Banks is identified as co-conspirator 1 in the indictment, which is incorporated herein by reference. Based on the investigation and as described below, evidence shows that Banks ordered TB's murder and that the hitman used Banks and OTF-related finances to carry out the murder. Case in point, murder for hire. They chasing the money. For example, bank and flight records show that an OTF member and close associate of Banks co-conspirator 3 coordinated and paid for Jones, Lindsay, Wilson, Houston, and another OTF member, co-conspirator 2, to travel from Chicago to California on the day before the murder, August 18, 2022. Co-conspirator 3 paid for the flights using a credit card linked to Banks and OTF. Around the time that co-conspirator 3 purchased the co-conspirator's flights to California, iCloud records show that a phone number associated with Banks texts co-conspirator 3, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." Additionally, on the same day that the hitman traveled to California from Chicago, Banks also traveled to California with another charged co-conspirator, Grant, on a private jet. Later that day, Grant purchased ski masks for the shooters to use to commit the murder and paid for the other co-conspirators' hotel room using a credit card in Banks' name. Now listen, I gave Durk too much credit. I thought he would have moved better than that. That was stupid as fuck. You know, they always say protect the money. The protection was not in this mindset of this situation. I don't know. It was raw emotion. I don't know what it was, but that was stupid. Okay. Now, it now says this at number 9. Earlier this morning, October 24th, 2024, federal and local law enforcement executed multiple search warrants at locations associated with OTF members in and around the Chicago area and arrested Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston. After executing the warrants, the FBI learned that Banks had booked on at least 3 international flights scheduled to leave the United States today. When Banks arrived near one of the departing airport, he was arrested by law enforcement personnel. So for those who keep asking me, like, did he know already? Obviously not, because one thing you don't do is try to run the day shit hit the fan. Okay, you don't run the day shit hit the fan. You're supposed to run before shit hit the fan. If you ain't out of here before it hit the fan, then you might just need to play it cool and just see what happens. But nah, you don't try to run the day of. And he definitely tried to lose them because in his mind, he probably like, shit, you know, any amount of more. They can't be all of them, but yeah, they can be at all of them. Shit. And that make you look guilty as fuck, Durk. Unless you got some shit to prove why you was so-called booked on all these flights is wild, okay? All right, so it said, okay, based on my training, okay, All right, so on, I'm gonna say, did we already talk about the juicy stuff? Okay, so this is basically what we went over in the indictment. Oh, here we go, though. Look at number 15. Based on the investigation to date, including open source research, my training and experience investigating gangs and violent crime and witness statements, OTF is a hybrid organization that functions as Banks-led music collective in a gang. Yeah, it definitely screams possible RICO on this way. I'm just saying, it does scream it. I'm gonna read that footnote in just 1 minute. It said, based on the investigation to date, including conversation with other law enforcement agents and witness statements, Houston and Wilson are associated with OTF, and Lindsay and Jones are associated with other gangs in Chicago. Now, let's see what this footnote says. It says, based on open source research, I know that Banks has attempted to publicly distance himself from suspected gang and or criminal activity. Lil Durk launches Durk Banks Scholarship Fund at Howard University with Amazon Music. Then it gives the link. Rapper Lil Durk turns to therapy to cope with tragedies. Then it said Lil Durk says he ain't a felon anymore after criminal record is cleared. As described above in footnote 1, due to the significant concern about witness safety, this affidavit does not provide the identity of these witnesses. Okay. Now, they breaking down the money, because when you talk about murder for hire, it's all about the money. So it says the hitman travel using funds linked to banks. I know the following based on review, surveillance. Okay, so it says police report, surveillance footage, bank and flight records. Okay, witness statement, homicide detectives from LA and federal investigation. All right, boom. All right. So here we go. August 18, 2022, the day before SR's murder, OTF members learned of the location of TB from a longtime OTF affiliate, co-conspirator 4. After OTF members learned this, the following men took a one-way flight from Chicago to San Diego. And, you know, I can see why people will say it's Britt Baby. Because Britt Baby has said, you know, he done been tapped in with Durk for a long time. But that doesn't mean it's not other people that was tapped in with Durk for a long time that may, you know, again, had that information. So, but I can see why y'all say that. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta be honest, okay? B, the one-way tickets to San Diego were purchased using American Express credit card ending in 2039 in the name of co-conspirator 3, who is also associated with OTF and banks. Based on records from Apple, I know that on that same day, a number ending in 9595 believed to be associated with banks sent a text message to co-conspirator 3 stating, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." All right, so we know whoever co-conspirator 3 is, okay, has an American Express credit card in their name, okay? Damn. And they're associated with OTL. Ain't really too much I can say about that, okay? C, based on a review of hotel records, I know that Grant rented and paid for a room at the Sheraton Universal Hotel in Universal City using American Express card and bank's name ending in 1015. Stayed at the hotel the night before. Footnote, facts associating this number with banks include co-conspirator 3 and Grant saving this number with contact names associated with banks. And banks self-identified using this number in February 2022 text message to an individual in Florida unrelated to this investigation. So basically, you know, we done did our homework. So you can't say, oh, you had 10 to 15 different numbers when they said they can verify it, because these people had your name saved in their phone, and you verified it was your number in a text message to someone else in Florida unrelated to this, right? All right, let's talk about this bank records. Based on my review of bank records, I know that 2039 and 1015 credit cards were issued under an account belonging to OA and Astronaut Sounds LLC. Based on public information, I know that OA was bank's manager in or around 2022. Georgia's Secretary of State Online Corporation records show that Astronaut Sounds LLC was initially registered by OA in 2017. A request of amendment was filed in 2021, and a new manager, Banks, was added to the business. The bank records also show that Astronaut Sounds American Express account had 4 credit cards issued to 4 individuals: Banks, co-conspirator 3, Banks' father, DB, and OA. Oh, shit. Based on my review of records from a private airplane company, I know that Banks and Grant flew on the same airplane from Los Angeles to Miami on August 16, 2022, and back to Los Angeles on August 18, 2022, the day before SR murder. Records from a rental property show that Banks manager OA rented a house in Encino, California from July 1st, 2022 to October 1st, 2022. Based on the investigators' review of photographs of the interior of the Encino rental, I know that video footage from an August 18, 2022 podcast shows the host of the podcast with Banks, wherein Banks appears to be inside the Encino house. This is a lot. On the day of the murder, on August 19, 2022, surveillance video shows TB, SR, and others leave their hotel in Los Angeles and enter a black Cadillac Escalade. Surveillance video taken from numerous locations throughout Los Angeles, including TV's hotel and gas station where the murder occurred, show that two vehicles followed the Escalade for hours leading up to the shooting. They just was waiting for the right time, I guess, right? They talking about the BMW, white family, All right, so let me see. Among the murders of so vehicle 2 parking in the alley behind the gas station, later identified as jam. All right. We basically did I go too fast? I think I went too fast. Yeah, we basically had talked about it earlier. Not gonna spend too much time on it. Let's look at H. Approximately 15 minutes after the shooting, surveillance video from an In-N-Out restaurant in Los Angeles shows Grant Jones, Wilson Robin, murder vehicle 1. Damn, they still driving the shit. The video also shows Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 arrive at the In-N-Out in a black SUV. Based on comparison of surveillance video showing the murder to video from the In-N-Out restaurant, law enforcement identified that Lindsay Jones and co-conspirator 2 were the individual who opened fire and killed SR. Footnote says, based on the investigation, Grant was the primary driver of murder vehicle 1. As discussed above, in addition to driving the vehicle, Grant took steps to help facilitate the murder, including booking the hotel room for the hitman. Additionally, GPS data associated with murder vehicle 1 shows that the vehicle was parked outside of the sporting goods store at approximately the time that 4 black ski masks matching the appearances of those used by the shooters were purchased. A few hours after the shooting, Jones, Lindsay, and Wilson Houston and co-conspirator 2 boarded a flight from San Diego to Chicago. Once again, a credit card in the name of co-conspirator 3 was used to pay for the one-way tickets. Co-conspirator 3 need to get slapped in the back of their head because what the F, okay? See, Banks booked multiple international flights after law enforcement arrested multiple co-conspirators and executed search warrants. All right, so it says, I know following. All right. In the early hours of October 24, 2024, law enforcement arrested Grant, Jones, Lindsay, Wilson, and Houston and executed multiple search warrants in the Chicago area, including a warrant to search the home of co-conspirator 3. Well, that tells us that's somebody in Chicago. Shortly after making these arrests and executing the search warrants on October 24th, the FBI received notification from U.S. Customs and Border Protection showing that Banks had been booked as a passenger on 2 international flights. A one-way flight from Miami to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, connecting through, all these scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, and a one-way flight from Fort Lauderdale to Switzerland, connecting via New Jersey, also scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th. Banks did not board either flight. Now, the footnote says, based on open research, I believe that the UAE does not have bilateral extradition treaty with the United States. God damn. So basically, they say he was going to the particular place he was going. I mean, if he would have went and was successful, they wouldn't have extradited him back. At approximately 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time, the FBI received additional CBP notification that Banks had been booked as a passenger on a private plane departing Miami, destined for Italy, scheduled to depart at approximately 9 p.m. At approximately 8 p.m., Banks was arrested by law enforcement in the vicinity of the departing airport. Conclusion: for all of the reasons described above, there is probable cause to believe that Banks violated 18 U.S.C. 1958 conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death. This is a lot here, okay? A lot, okay? Like, I'm at a loss for words. Other than, I don't know how he gonna get his stuff out of that one. That's a lot of evidence. That's a lot. And that means more arrests to come. Sheesh. Hey, I try to go through this as fast as possible so this video won't be too long. But hey, we gonna have to chop this up and figure out, what do y'all think? Like, is Durk fucked? It's no other way to say it. If all the evidence is as they say it is, and they got all these pieces, I'm gonna have to think about it because I don't know what type of defense they can argue other than try to get a lot of it thrown out. But hey, we're gonna talk about it on the next one. Let this marinate. Put in the comments what y'all think, cause my head hurt. I'll holler on the next one. And like I said throughout the video, that's my opinion. And if you don't like it, guess what?
I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Hold on, wait, before I go, y'all make sure y'all tap in with me to book your slot. A lot of y'all be hitting me up on Instagram and the email wanting to just talk about content, whether you're an up-and-coming content creator or somebody just got questions about cases or whatever. Book your consultation with me now. The information is on the screen. Hey, make sure you get your slot, because my slots be filling up fast.
All this is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from. They doubted me, but I came up.